Welcome to another episode of Blockrevision, and in today's section of Trade Idea I will be talking about the most hot topic right now, as it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is heading north after reaching this recent local high of 52.7 K USD. So right now we are just breaking recent high and definitely going higher. But will it happen right now? Let's talk about Bitcoin. So let's firstly talk about what's behind recent growth. We can find that buyers right now are stepping in terms of investment. Institutional demand is increasing due to what Reuters claims, and right now we can find that US Bancorp announced it launched a cryptocurrency custody service for institutional investment managers who have private funds in the United States and Cayman Islands. Also we have Bank of America published its first research coverage focused on cryptocurrencies and other digital assets, as other mainstream financial institutions strengthen their involvement with the asset class. So there are more and more optimistic news regarding Bitcoin as a possible real mean of payment. So right now we are crossing convincingly 50k and heading possibly, after shaking off this bloody September, heading north possibly to 60k in the coming weeks. But what will happen first? Let's look at funding rates behind Bitcoin. Right now on a viewbase.com we can find that this margin perpetuals on Bitcoin is barely positive. In terms of Bitcoin average funding rate in time, we can see that the optimism on Bitcoin market is getting back, but as we can see, we might face a similar situation when it was in the first half of September, when we just crossed through this O level of funding rate, and afterwards we've seen a quite a substantial correction. Right now, possibly, as you can see, Bitcoin is in a better spot in terms of heading north, and after firmly breaking through this 50k area, there's possibly nothing to stop Bitcoin from reaching its recent highs of April of 2021. And something that may push Bitcoin price higher is this Taproot activation event that may occur in November of 2021, and it will happen when Bitcoin block will hit this number. So it's a exact date just appointed on CoinMarketCall.com. It's right around 15th of November 2021. So as you can see, that might be one of an catalysts, but other are definitely this inflationary pressure on economy, and just running away from banks to such assets as commodity stocks, crypto assets. So investors are looking for better ways of allocating their funds than banks' lending rates that offer right now about 1 or 2% of interest rates on allocated capital. So it means Bitcoin might have its better days in the months to come, especially as we can find that this fourth quarter of fourth quarters typically very favoring for crypto assets at all. So there was just once in 2018 where this fourth quarter wasn't optimistic, but among that we can find that typically fourth quarter was very good for this type of assets. Okay, so let's look at the technical analysis, and we can find that after going through this 52k spot, right now we are confirming that this supply zone is right now turning to a demand zone, and possibly the most likely scenario of Bitcoin move will be right like this. So pullback to this demand zone, and afterwards heading north and reaching the level of recent all-time high of 63k USD. So right now there is very important area to be get through, as we can find that right now we are in this very important spot where we are just entering another liquidity zone, where we are trying to get through this local point of control, where the biggest the most liquidity on this asset has been generated. And after accessing this point, where we have recently stopped at, after accessing this one, that might be a very clear path to the recent all-time high. So we may struggle a bit right at the 57k area, but after getting through this barrier, I don't find any single obstacle in order to get Bitcoin's price over 60k area and get back to this 64k level. So right now, if you're looking for a possible trade or entrance to the and catching up this wave, I would recommend you to stop for a bit, especially as we are quite extended on a daily chart. We are just hitting 70 points on our side, and it means that we are just getting to an area of overbought, especially on a forward chart. We have been ensured that this chart is right now a bit risky in terms of possible entrance, as we might expect a correction in the hours to come. So I would just put an alarm if you want to enter trade on a Bitcoin. I would put my alarms around 50.7k, and also around, yeah, that's the upper limit of this demand zone. So I would just head my focus onto this area, and most favorable entrance for me would be right at this 50.2, 50, or even 49.5 area. So if you are willing to wait, it will be much more profitable in the next days to enter Bitcoin for a better price than it's right now. And if you just get to this level of 50k area, I would make my bet right at the this area of let's assume just it's 49.9, right over to the all-time high of 63k, with a stop loss right around 47.9, with a risk-reward ratio very favorable at 6.7 points. So it's quite decent in terms of trading to find an opportunity like this. Possible entrance area entrance area is right at this demand zone, limited by, as we can find, this 50. Let's check it out. Right around 48.8, and also around let's contract it a little bit just to place it inside of this demand zone box. So the upper limit will be at 50.8k USD. So whenever just Bitcoin price will exceed or just drop below this limit, I wouldn't find this proposition of a trade as valid. So okay, so I hope you find this tip as knowledgeable, and thank you very much for watching. See you next time.